Okay, close your eyes and think of K-pop. You're probably seeing synchronized dances, perfect visuals, and the one and only BTS. And with members recently completing military service, they're becoming hot topic again. And as an army myself, I am ready. But we're getting a little off track here. For years, K-pop has been this chaotic, diverse ecosystem with different concepts, different companies, all competing to stand out. But lately, the vibe is shifting. Behind the girls and glamours, the industry is getting, well, a little bit crowded. And right in the middle, sitting on the throne with albums and lightstick, is HYBE Corporation. Today, we're looking at how HYBE went from an underdog story to the final boss of the industry. Is this the glow up that K-pop needed, or is the K starting to stand for kingdom? To understand this, we have to go back to the old days. Back in the days, HYBE was still a little agency called Big Hit. And it was a small agency that broke through thanks to BTS. But once BTS gained global success, HYBE didn't just buy a bigger office or an upgrade. They bought playlists, they bought source music, they bought over 10 significant entertainment labels. They basically went on a shopping spree. In a short time, they transformed from a single label into a multi-label corporation. Now, HYBE doesn't just call their artists singers. Instead, they apply to what analysts call the total IP model, where the artists are called narrative anchors. This sounds really confusing. So let me explain it to you guys. Your favorite idol is now a center of a spiderweb. They're like the main character in the cinematic universe. While the music will pull you in. But once you're in, we got webtoons, rhythm games, documentary films, and a plushie that will cost you like $45. The artist is the anchor that holds the entire multimedia universe together. You aren't just buying a song, you're buying into a whole experience. But wait, there's more. HYBE said, what if we own the whole experience? Now we enter Weavers. Through the creation of this app, HYBE made a big move through a thing called vertical integration. So usually one company will make music and another platform will host fan interaction like Live in the olden days, and another will handle the merch. But Weavers, it do all of it. It's basically an all-in-one ecosystem. You interact with artists there, you watch content there, and you buy merches and all in one space, one place. So now HYBE not only manage artists, but it also manage the platform, the store, and the data. It's like living in a city where the same guy owns the grocery store, the power plants, and the police station. Efficient, yes, but a little bit everything under one roof. Also, yes. However, things got really interesting in 2023. HYBE tried to acquire SM Entertainment, which is one of the big three company in Korea. For a non-K-pop fan, this is like Disney trying to buy Warner's brother while Universal watch from afar. It was a literal corporate war. People were freaking out because if HYBE won, they will have control over 89% of performance revenue. That's not a market. That's a monopoly. In the end, Kakao showed up and HYBE eventually back off, but the damage was done. Because people realized that we were this close to one company having massive control over the industry. So why would this matter and why do we care? Because when power gets concentrated, diversity can start to shrink. If everyone follows the same strategy to success, then we might end up with less experimentation, less risk taking, and smaller company, well, yeah, they're fighting for their lives. Creators are worried that instead of like 50 different colors of K-pop, we're going to get 50 shades of whatever makes the most money on TikTok or like YouTube. Well, smaller agency, which is always the one who usually take like a weird or like cool with risk, simply can't keep up with HYBE infinite bank account. It's just not company. It affects us, it affects fans too. We're seeing the rise of superfan model, which are like things like dynamic pricing where the price would go higher when there's more people attending, and exclusive content, limited drops. Being a fan is starting to feel a little expensive, and sometimes more transactional than emotional. We also see tension with the system. For example, look at the drama with New Jeans and their management. It was a big thing back then, and this is a reminder that as companies get bigger, balancing creativity and profit become more complicated. But to be fair, hype in some of the cases they aren't just being the greedy in the story. Chairman Bonsia actually argued that this is necessary for survival. To compete globally, especially against companies like Universal or Sony, K-pop needs to be huge. They need economies of scale to get the best deal and the biggest stage. In a world where Western music still dominates, maybe centralization is the only way to keep K-pop on top. Well, hype helped take it global, but also changed how the industry works. Well, the question is, will K-pop stay diverse and experimental or become more centralized and predictable? And as fans, we're not just watching this happen, we're part of it. So what do you think? Is hype saving K-pop or is it slowly taking over? Leave a comment in below. Bye.